Whew, okay, so I'm stuck. I have no idea. And yes, that happens. It doesn't matter how long you're on the job, doesn't matter how much experience you have, you will encounter at some point something, a task, something, where you have no idea on how to proceed, what to do then. And basically, let's explore a 3-step method that I use to unblock myself in the hope that maybe you can draw some inspiration from that. It's something that I tailored to my needs as a software engineer. I use it in other fields too, but yeah, I hope you can take something away from this and get some inspiration to unstuck yourself on your next challenge. So, what is another thing that I do to unblock myself? Let me quickly get over here. I have like this 3-step process that I'm using to try to unblock myself. It is one method that you can use. And like I said, I hope you can maybe take some inspiration from that. Of course, no guarantee it's working exactly for your use case. But maybe like I like to watch videos or read books about various methods to just draw a little inspiration from them, right? And then find my own way doing so. So what I do is I gather data. I'm just asking like, okay, what is the thing that I'm not understanding right now? And for every piece of information, also in the surrounding context of the problem, I'm always asking myself like, okay, what is this piece of information serving me? Is it bringing me closer? And while I'm gathering data, and the more data I have, I'm also going back to first principles, like the Stoics teach us, right? That's basically my second step. I am challenging everything I think I know about the thing, right? And not being like, I need to fix this bug, I need to fix this error. I'm more like, how's this thing supposed to work in the first place? How would it look like if I would now just start from scratch? And I'm really challenging my assumption if I'm being like, okay, actually, like, I think this is supposed to work like this. Then I go like, why? What is the proof for that? And if I don't have proof, this assumption is false. I just cross it out. And that means going back to first principles. You challenge your assumptions and you only rely on the things that you can actually prove. And you're not trying to fix a symptom, you dig deeper and you're really challenging the core of it. You really go down to the core, not the superficial thing like, what's the symptom? And how can I patch it up in any way? But what is behind the thing? What is the actual cause of it? And then you try to fix that, try to find an approach for that. And then the last step, it seems like sometimes even to me so insignificant, but it's not. It is stepping back. I mean, look, you gathered data, right? You gathered your data from the context, you asked people, you Googled things, you maybe even AI things, if this is actually a word. I have no idea, but maybe it can become a word, right? AI-ing things. So you have that part. You challenged all your assumptions. You went to first principles. Marcus Aurelius would be proud of you right now. But then there's the time to really step back. And with that, I mean, take a break. Go get the coffee. Talk to your colleague about whatever, just not about the problem. Talk about whatever. Go for a walk. Do some push-ups. Whatever, just not think about the actual thing. Do something else. Couple of minutes. That's stepping back. That's resetting. Because you were invested. And let's be honest, like if you're stuck with something, there's also, like I said in yesterday's video, emotion involved, labeling, maybe boredom. Maybe we are afraid of the task itself because it seems so daunting. And after all this processing, we deserve ourselves a little downtime. Because this is not slacking, this is not doing nothing. This is actually giving our brain a little reset. Because our brain actually starts subconsciously processing the thing anyways. So we can just give ourselves a little slack and let it process, and when we come back to the thing then, it doesn't seem that daunting anymore, most of the times. It seems way more manageable. we have a fresh perspective, because this is actually a thing that I'm also doing very deliberately, to really step physically back. It doesn't matter, not only when I'm stuck, but also in many other situations. Physically stepping back changes your field of view, your physical field of view, the physical thing you see. And this can give you already a new perspective, a new idea, a new something. And for me personally, this step in this whole process, in this 3-step method, is really the part where I'm also gaining a new perspective. It happened quite often, also today, that I then, after really gathering the data, going back to first principles, stepping back, suddenly opened up a new angle, a new view on the thing. And I could then just reiterate on the problem. I could really go and be like, okay, there is something. I have a hypothesis on how to tackle the thing. And this is when I go back then to first principles and be like, okay, let's challenge this hypothesis. And in this case, I found proof that this hypothesis is actually true. And I could fix the thing. And then it was actually like a super cool feeling. Like, you unstuck yourself. You fixed something. You learned something in the process. And this is just like the method, like I said, that I'm using to unstuck myself. And like I said before, there is something in watching other people solve things, doing things, right? I like those videos. I like the content, also the books and such, because I find it so inspiring to see someone doing something like unstucking themselves, or having a planning method, or whatever it is, right? Because it's always like inspiring me to maybe say like, okay, like there's this little part in some method I have that I really don't like too much. And then I see someone doing something similar, but with like a tiny difference, right? Just maybe something the creator was not even thinking about because it's so normal to them. And to me, it's then like, oh, wow, this is actually like, for me personally, this is life-changing. Or at least maybe not life-changing, but, pushing the needle a bit further, making something good, making me smile a bit more, which is always good. So I hope this video is helping you, like I said, inspiring you. And I'm really curious if you have your own getting unstuck methods and what they are, because that's also inspiration, right? So if you have your own creative unstuck method, let me know in the comments. Let's have a discussion about how to get unstuck, and in the best case, even having fun with it.